I got myself a new Predator shirt, and some people might say, why do you even bother? You never wear shirts anyway. Well, I do wear them when I will go out. It's just that most of the time, you guys have seen me out when I was streaming with the webcam on, I was not wearing a shirt because, well, first, I'm at home, and second, it's very hot here in my city, like, it's stupidly hot. We actually broke the record this year, like, of the hottest day ever recorded in my city during summer, which glad that it's over. Summer is over, but still the heat is not completely gone. We're already approaching winter, but it's still hot. Like, still sunny outside. You can still go to the beach shirtless because it's just stupid hot in my city. In summer, one day we almost got almost like 50 degrees Celsius, which was the day that I almost threw up during a leg day at the gym, and it was rough. It was rough, and I'm really hoping. I'm looking forward to the cold and the winter. I really hope that the heat goes away because I'm really tired of all the sweating that I had this year. It was stupid, very stupid. And the reason why I end up like buying, I have to buy more shirts right now is because I'm bulking. And a lot of these shirts that I had before, they have started to get very tight on me because I'm bulking, which is a term in bodybuilding or just gym culture in general, which is about trying to gain weight. And so a lot of shirts that I had have become very tight on me, and just this one here was the biggest that they had at the store, which is extra large. And finally, it feels more comfortable. Even though like maybe in my back feels a little tight here, tight on even my chest and my back, which is like my back is one of my best body parts. But at least in my arms, they're like it's kind of loose, so I can be a little bit more comfortable, you know. Has many of the other shirts that I had that are like large or medium, like they're just getting uncomfortable, and I'm not fitting well there anymore. It's mainly because, like I said, I'm bulking right now, and it has been very, I would say, painful. Last I think it was 7 months. I started this October, like at the end of October of the last year, when I did a cut, which was when you try to lower body fat and get really lean. And I got really lean, like I was fairly ripped, and I really like it, that look. That's like the look that I prefer for myself. I was 67 kilograms. I don't remember how that is in pounds, because I know in US people use pounds, but here in Brazil we use kilograms. I was like 67 kilograms, very ripped, very lean. Just like I had the amount of that look, which I like. I wish I could keep it most of the year, but I wanted to gain more muscle mass. I wanted to get bigger. So I started this bulk, which led me to now having 85 kilograms, which is almost like, I almost gained 20 kilograms in 7 months. And how did I do that? I just force feeded myself. For a lot of people, bulking is just this period of when you are working out, which you're just free to eat whatever you want. You have to gain weight, so you are free to eat pizza, hamburgers, ice cream, whatever. But for me, yes, I eat a lot of those things. But for me, it's more like the moment of the year where I have to force feed myself and I fucking hate it. Like, I absolutely hate bulking. But it's necessary because I want to get bigger, which actually worked because I lost a bunch of shirts, a bunch of shorts. Like, I can barely, my leg, and actually my upper body is actually a weak point for me. My lower body tends to be like very bigger in comparison. Like, I can barely fit in many of my pants because of how big my legs end up like growing. So bulking is very stressful for me, but it was worth it in the end because I managed to gain weight. I managed to get a little bigger, and people gonna say, why do you want to get bigger? I don't even know at one point. Sabe, no, people ask me this, like, why do you want to get bigger? And I finally got to like, I would say, like, good measurements. Like, my arms right now, they are almost 18 inches, which is like 45 centimeters here in Brazil. My legs are 71, 72 centimeters, which is think like 27, 28 inches. I don't remember. I might put here in the title what are my like current measurements. But I like kind of got to the size which I was hoping to get. Like when I started training, I had like some measurements in my head. Like here in Brazil, we usually have this thing about we use centimeters, and there's this big obsession here about 40 centimeters arms. Like when you start getting to the gym, oh, the first milestone that you get while going to the gym is having 40 centimeters arms. And I think I got that like within 2 years, but then the progress starts slowing down. And then the next objective is to get to like 45, and I finally got it. And the funny thing is that I don't feel much bigger actually because I lost a lot of definition. I end up like gaining some fat, even though I don't gain much fat here in my arms, in my upper body. Like I don't feel as big as I was before. I don't feel much different, even though I am different. That's like the thing about how sometimes just bodybuilding and just going to the gym fucks your perception of yourself. Because people tell me that I look bigger. I can feel it in my clothes because like this is my first extra large shirt that I ever got. Like most of my shirts that used to be normal before, my arms don't fit them anymore. But even though I don't feel bigger, that's like I take the measurement and I see that I'm bigger, but even though like I'm not. So like you have this body dysmorphia thing, which is something I think that most people that end up like taking the gym more seriously end up like getting. You're gonna get some body dysmorphia. And now I look at myself, I look at the progress that I did, and some people ask me, "Oh, do you wanna keep bulking?" I don't even know what I'm want to do right now. Like, so a part of me wants to keep bulking, because to be honest, I wish I could get like 20-inch arms, because right now 18-inch arms, they don't feel big enough for me. Like I don't feel like that's enough to actually make myself feel good about my body, you know. But it was already so much work to get to 85 kilograms of body weight. I would have to go to like, I don't know, like 90 kilograms of body weight, 95. And I'm already so tired of eating because it's fucking painful. To a lot of people, bulking is fun. For me, I prefer cutting. I prefer starving myself to get very lean, to get ripped, than to do this, which is just force feeding myself and have to eat when I don't feel like eating. Because I have been pretty much like an under eater for most of my life. I was very skinny as a teenager, and then I had to pretty much like have to eat more. But there's a point where eating more gets more and more difficulty for you to gain more weight, you know, and it's just so painful. But I still keep doing it, and people say, "Why do you keep doing this? You say you don't want to eat more. You say it's hard for you," because I want to get bigger. And I wish there was like a shortcut. I mean, there are shortcuts. I could just try to use drugs, but I don't even know why I'm still like trying to keep natural, because I don't know, it's just so common nowadays, especially in social media. Just use this, just have been so popularized, but I still keep trying to do this natural way. And I got to 45 centimeters arms, which is like a milestone in like gym culture, and it still doesn't feel enough. It feels like I need more and more and more, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to get to 20-inch arms naturally. Probably not gonna happen, but I just feel like doing it, just trying it. And bulking is something that I think that most people at the gym, if you guys want to gain a significant amount of body muscle mass, you're gonna have to go to that phase. And to a lot of people, it's fun because you can just eat whatever you want. Like the guys have very high appetite. They can just eat whatever and they just keep gaining weight. They get gaining weight easy. They can just have fun eating whatever they want. But for people that are under eaters like me, the stereotypical ectomorph, it's just painful. You just have to you have to like use I don't know how to call them. It's like those like protein shakes. It's not protein shakes. You want to have carbs as well. You have to use like those hypercaloric shakes, which has a lot of calories. So because you will not be able to get calories just by normal food, or you can drink a lot of milk. I like advise to people that want to gain weight. Drink a lot of milk. Drink like a gallon. There's this diet that have been popularized online, which is the Go Mad diet, which is about drinking a gallon of milk per day, because milk has calories, both protein and carbohydrates, and so it's an easy way for you to get more calories in your body. If you cannot eat more chicken or rice because it's just tiring, just drink more milk, and it actually works. So my goals in bodybuilding, like I said, I have been bulking for the last 7 months. I gained almost 20 kilograms of body weight, not just muscle mass. Like I didn't gain 20 kilograms of muscle mass. I had to gain fat in the process because it's part of bulking. Like you gain pretty much like the same amount of muscle and fat, but in order to gain more muscle mass, you have to get fat, kind of. Like I had to lose my abs, the abs that I had last year when I got them. I was like so happy with the way that I look at, and I'm like, oh, but I still want to get bigger, so I'm gonna have to sacrifice that for a couple months, get more calories in, get a little fatter, but that's gonna help at the gym to get more muscle mass. My goal right now, like I said, I really wanted 20-inch arms, but I don't feel like that's ever gonna happen naturally. Like I had to. It was already like 7 months of bulk to get to 45 centimeters or 18-inch arms, like around that, and it was already so much work. And to get 2 more inches, because during this bulk I might have added like 1 to 2 inches to my arms. To add more 2 inches, it might take more like a full year, and it's just so tiring. And you know, it's just uncomfortable. You just how you get when all bulking, getting a little fatter. For me, it's uncomfortable. I'm not used to. I mean, this is the heaviest that I have ever been in my life. I never got this heavy. I never did like this proper bulk of trying to gain really a lot of body mass and try to while training very consistently and doing very well. But my goals in training, I want to get 20-inch arms, and like I said, people ask me, why do you want to get that big? I just want to. You know, I'm just so used to training and trying to have these goals and trying to, I want to look this way. I have this goal of trying to do this, or getting this strong on the bench press, or trying to get my arms or my legs to this size, but I just do. So Another goal of mine that I've been for a while is to have my legs bigger, my thighs specifically bigger than my waist, because I have a fairly small waist. My waist right now is 74 centimeters, and my legs is like 71 to 72 at the biggest part. So they are almost like even, but I think that if I cut down, I'm probably gonna lose more size in the waist because that's where I hold most more body fat than in my thighs. But that's one of my goals, like 20-inch arms and having thighs bigger than my waist. I don't really care about thigh size. I think that like the ones that I have right now, 70 centimeters is already, like, to be honest, it's kind of uncomfortable because the legs are always rubbing on each other while while walking, while running. It's actually like there's a point where having two bigger legs, actually with your adductor muscles are very big, it just gets uncomfortable. But I think that bigger arms are not gonna really make me that uncomfortable unless they're like stupidly big. But I think that 20 inches arms is like a fairly good size. That's like the limit, but they have to be lean. And I mean, my arms, they are fairly lean. Like you can see that my skin here is very thin. I don't hold much fat here. All the fat that I gain for my during the bulk, it all goes to my abs and my ass most of the time. It just goes down, you know. I don't gain much weight here. Like I can still like see the separations in my traps, in my shoulders, in my abs. I can still have like veins in my arms. I don't gain much body fat there, but I like to have these goals. I like to have these goals in just at working out at the gym. You know, we're trying to change my body, and I've been so used to having these goals that I don't even remember why I started them. You know, like why do I want to get 20 arms? Why do I have this fixation with my body? And I started looking back, like when I started training, was this what I wanted? I don't even remember. Like sometimes life just goes too fast, and it just like goes in automatic mode, and you just try to have your life just keeps going, and you don't even know, like you end up like creating goals and objectives in your life and having some dreams, whatever, and you don't even know why. You know, that's like one of the funniest things for me, like, because I'm like, I have this obsession with my body and just changing, looking like this and that. I'm like, why am I even doing this for? Because I mean, I do have goals of trying to compete in bodybuilding at a higher level. There is even like a federation here in Brazil right now that is they say that is a natural bodybuilding federation, so I might go there. And they say they have doping, they have like anti-doping, which for me it's fine because I don't use anything, but I'm not sure if they do, because I saw some guys there, I don't know, they didn't look very natural. I mean, I'm like, I'm not even sure I'm gonna be winning there, but I just have this desire to just compete in bodybuilding maybe. But right now I'm liking this fence, whatever. Should I try to take something or not? Like that's something that I've been bothered. A lot of people say that, do you take anabolic steroids? And actually that's a thing that I think about taking every single day, like pretty much like every day. I think, then what I would look like if I took something, because I see a lot of guys at my gym that they take it and they have like these crazy results, and they're like weak guys and they change their body so rapidly. And I'm like, and when they started, before they had steroids, they didn't even look like they lifted at all. And like I look like I lift. So I was like, what if I took something? What would I look like? But I don't even know. Like sometimes it feels to me that I would feel more. It's just more of an ego thing, just to say, oh, I managed to get to this level as a natural. Like I didn't have to use any drugs, and it's just more of like a ego jerking off. Like you just want to say, oh, I managed to do this without taking any drugs, so you just feel better about yourself. So I'm in defense for this. Like, what are my goals right now? Because I reached this milestone of size that I wanted to do ever since I started training. And right now I'm kind of lost. Like, what should I go? Should I try to bulk harder? Should I try to get it even bigger? But that's gonna take so much more work. I'm gonna have to eat so much more, and I'm already so tired of eating during this bulk. Should I try to cut down, try to get leaner again? Should I just try to say fuck it and start using drugs so I can get bigger or not? But I mean, I'm not gonna just go crazy. Like here we actually have like doctors that can help you with this stuff. But I don't even know like what I'm doing in bodybuilding right now. Sometimes I feel like I have a clear goal in what I'm doing, and then sometimes I just don't know. I have not even have played much video games. I'm being going through a lot right now in life, just doing a lot of shit, just being busy with a lot of shit. I feel like I've stalled and I cannot grow anymore. My natural limit, and sometimes I can just keep pushing. I don't know what's the best approach, because sometimes it's hard to do everything alone, and people are gonna say, why don't you hire like a personal trainer? Most personal trainers here, they don't even know how to change their own bodies, so how can I trust the guy to change my body? Or some of them are just using a lot of drugs. They only train it like using drugs here and anabolic steroids in Brazil is actually pretty common, especially like sometimes among personal trainers. They use a lot of drugs. I mean, sometimes the only guys to have results, they look like they lift because they use drugs. Like you don't see many like very good natural lifters here in Brazil. Like it's very rare. Like most people at the gym, they look very like average. They don't even look like they really go to the gym much. But yeah, that's pretty much how things are in my bodybuilding mindset. I want to get bigger. I want to have like these crazy proportions, like having a waist is smaller than my thighs, having this pretty much like every muscle group very well developed, you know, having this and competing in bodybuilding. That's something that I've been looking forward to, trying to compete in a high level. I wanted to compete to win because I tried last year, but it was just more because I wanted to see how it was like to compete. But this time I kind of want to go to compete to win and see where this gets me, you know. But well, that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions or want me to talk more about any subject, I can do this because I already made some videos talking about my training with how very simple it is. Actually, the more I train it, the more years training, the more simple my training has gotten. I just became like more efficient by doing less exercise, just focus more on the basics and not wasting my time with doing very redundant things. But well, this shirt here does look good on me.